Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the Community Edition, where we're going to be going on a little bit of a... there we go. New expedition today. We're going to first just go to Celion and then depart from there. Last episode, we had our first combat encounter with Velkhana. Went very smoothly. Basically took like 5 minutes to go through the little story beat that gave you the first encounter. We saw it generated its ice shell across itself and then knocked us out because of the handler jumping in. And then we are now trying to pursue and figure out what Velkhana is up to. So we've got to go on to an expedition to the Hoarfrost Reach to check that out. As well, there was the tracker who got themselves a little lost, or we had seen the cutscene that play out with Velkhana's return. So we're going to follow up on a few beats like that. I trying to remember if I've got the one camp made in the Hoarfrost Reach or not. Like, I'm trying to remember how many camps are in that one. I think there's possibly 5?
Let's take an expedition out into the Hoarfrost Reach. The chief said he was worried about something. I wonder what.
Yeah. We'll pursue that in a moment, but we're just going to make sure we have a little bit of food first. And just go for the usual choice platter. I mean, a lot of the times, the special, like, food procs that it gives us are more for Blade Masters, or we don't really have much use of as a bow user, but it's still at least something to just get us along. The big thing is getting the max health and stamina boost. Yeah, scarf everything down, be good and ready, and then we'll head on out. And so far, the blast bow, I know it has only been 2 towards 3 hunts now. I think it's going to work out pretty good for, like, the episodes forward. I do feel like when it came to World and Iceborne, the bow definitely has to have an element or a status effect to it to really perform to its peak. Like, back in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I'm not sure about Rise and Sunbreak. I'm actually not sure how the bow performed there, but I know, like, before World, you used to have, like, bows that had different arrow types to them, depending on your charge level. So you would have, like, Pierce, Rapid, etc. Back then, you wanted to aim more for, I think, like, a high affinity Pierce or Rapid build with them. I think as World and Iceborne changed them to their peak efficiency was more so to go with your the monster's elemental weakness and elemental or special builds with that. But I can't remember. I don't know what Rise and Sunbreak have done with the bows. I don't know if they just have the same, like, world build set where you have a variety of arrow types that get used, or the bows are back to they have, like, a specific, this is a spread bow, this is a pierce bow, this is a rapid bow, etc. Because right now, the bows are all basically all in one, and you have different shot types that you can boost up. Yeah, once we embark for this expedition, I have a feeling I know where it's going to try to send us, and I'm fairly sure I know the... not subspecies. I think this one is kind of... Actually, I'm not sure, because, like...
Velkhana's gotta be somewhere around here. Let's get searching for clues.
Trying to think of what the terminology would be. It's kind of like how Black Diablos, I think, falls into place. Because it's not...
transformed. Its power was overwhelming.
Yeah, and you screwed up my hunt. Thanks for that.
A first wave Aryan. Let's ask about Velkhana.
Very startling. You are still here? I thought you would have left. The weak flee the strong. It is nature's course. You calling us weak? It was also instinct to stand and fight.
It's instinct to stand and fight. All we can do for now is press forward.
Like, thanks for nothing, weird little guy up there. Like, I know you're supposed to probably be all wise and knowing and such, but, like, can you not be more concise with an answer?
No notable changes to the ecosystem so far.
Yeah, we're going to have to go a ways north before we'll probably see the changes.
What's that?
No. Velcana
Volcano
scales?
tracks. So it did come back here. It should still be around here.
Yeah, for now we might as well just follow along behind the handler.
That looks like... more Volcana tracks. They lead up ahead.
Okay, get going. Like, I really do wonder what Wilds might do if it does have, like, a NPC handler or partner again. I was like, they blew it out of the park when it came to Sunbreak with Fear Rain joining you for all the hunts and that. So I'm hoping that's a possible carryover we'll see is...
The chief said something interesting. The tracker missed her last scheduled contact with base. We know she was investigating the Reach. What could have happened?
We'll find out if you just go a little further. Actually, one thing I might have to praise... Oh, no, maybe not. I was going to say, our movements might be matching pace with the handlers, but it looks like we are picking the pace and overtaking her. There we go. Yeah, it's always that thing of... They make the player's speed either too slow or too quick to keep up or keep pace with the NPC. So it's always that stop, go, stop, go, stop, go.
There's more here. And another set of tracks beside it. Are these human? Human footprints. And on the small side, too. It's gotta be her.
So... I don't want to know...
In the same direction as the Velcanas. You don't think...
How do you know she has small feet? Like, that is one of the weirdest details to point out.
Up there. What in the world did that? Isn't this... The cloth from the ship looks just like this. I'm sure of it.
That's our foe.
Legiana. Why are there so many? Hang on. We've never seen a Legiana like this. If we don't get down to her soon... Understood. Partner, I know that I can count on you. You take care of that Legiana.
Yeah, Shrieking Legiana. I thought that might have been what our... Nope, next goal was going to be. I mean, it is another ice monster, which does have me a little bit of a disadvantage. No, I'm probably going to have another audio dropout. Yeah, so I think Shrieking is classified as a deviant. But I can't remember if it's something sort of like how Black Diablos is, where it's like, during mating season or that, it's something that's brought out, like, the changes. But I do know Shrieking is one of the more annoying monsters to try hunting because of how airborne it stays. And yeah, let me get that on just to help a little bit. Get the Mega Potion in. And might as well snag what extra materials I can get here. Oh, there's a part break already. Oh, there we go. Knocked it down. And let's see about getting a little bit of stun damage towards that. And since I've got, might as well snag that. Yeah, the best way I can think of to hunt Shrieking is try to prioritize where the, like, frost buildup is on it. Because if you can get rid of the frost on it, it loses a number of its more annoying abilities. Oh, there's a little turf war to keep things a bit busy. But I think Shrieking is one of the monsters that has, like, the least deviation from its regular form. Like, not just appearance-wise, but even fight-wise. It's like, I think it's basically just Legiana that has some extra frost attacks that go out from its usual strikes. But I know regular Legiana was like a really good bow set for hunters to get. Okay, let's get the focus onto that. Yeah, I might as well hit the power cone that's here. And might as well just check and see if I can get this opened up. Because this will be a future camp that'll make some of our hunts easier.
I think we could build the camp here. Let's ask the head honchos.
And there's that really, really weird roar. I think it's supposed to be Shrieking with like a specialty call trying to bring in a regular Legiana to itself. Which, I mean, it might be the case considering we do have that now here. And the Vitality Mantle, yeah, it's used up, so I'll have to be careful here. Yeah, it's basically kind of turning on 2 on 1.5. I'll give Runa credit that she's not quite a full hunter, but she is at least, like, possibly a distraction to help. But yeah, it feels like Blast is a pretty nice element or status to be able to use more steadily. Because of how, actually, truth be told, there's not really a blast shot, I think, for a light bowgun or heavy bowgun. So it's not really an element or something I've been able to use all that much when it has come to the series. Let me see. Where are my null berries? Oh, there we go. Yeah, try to get the frostbite off of us. That way... Oh, there's another part break. Not exactly sure which one there. I do feel a little bad for this poor Anteca herd that's here. Not exactly trying to involve them, but I don't think they'll have much of a choice in it. Yeah, let me... Okay, hot drink wore off, which is not handy. Ow. Yeah, that was pretty heavy hitting. I mean, it's not too big of a deal if I do faint on this hunt, because it is an expedition. But that doesn't mean I exactly want to have that happen. But it is annoying trying to deal with the two at once. Okay, are you both leaving? Yeah. Okay, I get a little bit of a reprieve, but it looks like they are staying simultaneously together. Oh, joy. Well, let's see. The Vitality Mantle is almost ready. I'll definitely be popping that to help us out. Because that'll at least let us take a few hits. The biggest thing is trying to split these two up for a lasting length of time. Ow. Yeah, like as much as I can get something done to one, the other one has to have a comment about it too. And that was the wrong one to hit with that. Crap. No, and I'm dazed. This is probably a feint here. Yeah, there we go. I knew I was getting hit somewhere. That's one thing Monster Hunter still has to improve on a little bit in some areas, is the monster interactions between each other. Like, even if these are kind of the same species, they should still be getting hit by each other's physical attacks and such. I'm gonna see. I think I have... I might want to try using the Clutch Claw to send one into the other. Just because... I try to do something with these two. They are so annoying otherwise. There we go. I think one did hit the other, but because it was airborne, it didn't really have as much of an impact on both as I would have liked. Still have the, okay, there we go. The hot spring helped there. Let me guess, you're both leaving? Do you gotta stay together like this? Darn it. Again, if I was just hunting the one at a time, it would not be troublesome at all. But it's this combination of the two of them simultaneously. As much as I try getting hits on one, I can't get anything really good on the other. And I've already got the... Okay, there we go. I think they're both out of stamina. So this might be where they'll split up. Nope. Got a part break on the other Legiana I wasn't even really trying for. Darn it, would you screw off? Oh, and of course you had to let that out. Just screw up my shot. Ow. Yeah, I don't know if base game these two stay together as much as they are, or this is an ICE change. Because I don't remember them being, like, this glued together. But I think we are starting to weaken down Shrieking. I'm not sure about the other one because it's, like, not my main priority. But look in the EKG for the bottom left there. Shrieking's is getting pretty low. Don't know how I missed both of the giant monsters coming at me, but I did. Okay. Oh, of course, right when I went to grab the piercing pod, I think it despawned. Oh, there was a I need to get the two split apart. That's the hardest part about this hunt, is them just being constantly on each other's rear end.
Are you okay? If you need help, use your SOS flare to call other hunters.
Don't patronize me. It's 2-on-1 here. As much as I'm trying to say, like, oh yeah, Runa is doing something, no, not as much as I'd like. Let me get, yeah, pop the ancient potion to get everything back up. And see about going back up there. And you know what? Might as well snag that. Okay, there we go. Get up. Pop our way out of here. I don't really think there's a point to grabbing the Velcana tracks, but it's whatever it is. See, they're still at each other. I don't think there's any dung on the map to use, like a dung pod to try to break them up either. Okay. They were apart for just a moment, although it looks like finally they're breaking up how they're going about this. It looks like Shrieking here is basically on its last legs. Although that call that just went out, which was like almost weirdly machine-like, yeah, I think that called in the other Legiana here. Runa, you want to take its attention and do something of use? Darn it. And of course now it's 2 again. Oh, and the stupid roar locks. Yeah, this is where Monster Hunter, again, can suffer. When it's you against a single monster, it's great. But having a second in here just screws up the flow so much. Screw off. Like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get... I'm going to have it landed, but I might try for another... slamming them into freaking other. And I'm dazed. Have the attacks hit and stagger each other, because having the two giant frickin' things side by side is not a fair frickin' goddamn engagement.
Knowledge is your best weapon and defense. Make sure you've read up on all the monsters in the Monster Field Guide.
God, the game is so patronizing too. There is nothing aside from the fact that it's rigged to be annoying that this is causing me the trouble. Like, this reminds me of the Rathian and Rathlos hunts from previous generations and that, too. But at least them, they would hit each other with their attacks and cause staggers and stumbles and such. These two just, like, are immune to one another, so there's nothing that actually benefits you or has it, so it feels proper. It is literally rigged to be an absolute pain in the ass. There's no way to send them away except for a specific kind of item that I don't think you can harvest naturally on this map. I may be there we
You
go.
okay? I found the tracker. Finish up the expedition and let's meet back up.
Now, I'm kind of tempted just to kill this thing or send it packing, just because of all the issue it has done to me. But yeah, Shrieking Legiana, probably one of Iceborne's worst hunts. It doesn't really have too much of its own identity aside from like some extra ground effects for its attacks. And because it brings a partner along, it's not really like a enjoyable hunt where you can keep into a rhythm. You're constantly having a nuisance show up. It's not even going to let me carve this thing either. God, am I going to miss out on the carves from it? Because you are just being such a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I think I might. Okay, there's that done. And we're returning from the expedition. You're not even a fun enough hunt to continue on with. Shrieking, just a nuisance. Just a complete nuisance of a hunt. If it was just the monster itself, not bad. But it has the stupid contend companion, almost.
You kids saved me again. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're safe. But really, I knew you would be.
Guess I gave everyone a scare, huh?
Now, are they trying to insinuate that's her grandmother? Or is it just that she sees her like a grandmother? Because, like...
You know, you remind me of myself. Always finding a way to the truth.
Oh yeah.
You're always looking to guide the way. Take a look. More writings from my master's studies. The song, the monster's behavior, they're affecting the ecosystem. Seismic action, the old Everworm. I'm out of time. My story ends here.
Songs, the ecosystem, old Everworm. Is this about Velkhana? The shard originated from here, meaning Velkhana's nest must be nearby.
You're right. Its home must be here somewhere. We just gotta find it. So, who's in?
I'm in. I want to learn more about Velkhana. Together we can solve this mystery and make history.
That's the spirit. That monster is growing in power. We can't chase after it now. Let's head back and regroup first.
Okay.
Thankfully, I think that should be the most annoying hurdle for now taken care of. But yeah, it's so annoying having the monsters. It reminds me of how the games used to be. Like, basically, before World, the monsters would never actually interact or have any kind of damage or interaction between each other. It was just always, they'd both be pinpointed on attacking you. Every attack they would do to each other wouldn't cause anything to one another, and you were just odds stacked against you. But when they would have you go against, like, multiple monsters at a time, they would sometimes do a few things to make it a little easier on yourself. Like, again, dung pods, or you could make dung bombs. That's something I might have to... If I go for any other Shrieking Legianas, I'd probably have to bring with me. Because if it wasn't for the second one, that would have just been basically a regular Legiana hunt that wouldn't have taken as long as it did. It was all entirely because of that second one that showed up and just almost like clung right to it. Even at the very tail end with like it almost dead, it still had that little like summon call that it did. It's that weird almost machine sounding siren that goes out.
Short, Velkhana is presently in the Hoarfrost Reach. We're certain of that now. So let's just glide over the little spot of trouble I was in and focus on the important matters at hand, shall we?
Don't think you're getting away that easy. After we finish this meeting, you'll stick around for some advice from a concerned friend, all right? That said, those notes you found are definitely worrying. Song, impact on the ecosystem, old Everworm. I'm not ready to buy wholesale into some scratches we happen to find on a piece of cloth, but it's all eerily similar to what's going on. Well, at any rate, this is vital intel. I'll be sure to talk to my old man.
Thanks. And be sure not to leave out a single detail, huh?
Of course. Now, if we're sure that Velkhana is back in the Reach, then we need to hurry with the weapon shipments from Astera.
About that. Just a bit ago, we received a report that a subspecies of Anjanath was spotted along the route to the landing area.
What? Why didn't you say so? If the weapon transport comes now, they're gonna get trampled. Sorry to ask you this when you've just gotten back, but could you two go out and hunt that Anjanath? Be on the lookout for the transport's arrival. And once your partner's taken care of the Anjanath, lead them here to Celiana.
Roger that. We'll send word if any trouble pops up.
I'm counting on you to bring everyone back safely. Good luck.
We've got our next objective there.
Our target's a Fulgur Anjanath, a new type of troublemaker.
Honestly, one of the highlight subspecies I think that got introduced with Iceborne. There, just restock that, and we'll end the episode here. Again, went longer than planned. The hunt, not the nicest one to go through, and I highly suggest you guys, if you do go after Shrieking Legianas, well, considering how old Iceborne is, you probably know what they can be like. Be sure to bring some dung pods just to try to get rid of that hanger-on that makes it so much more frustrating. But thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter World Iceborne ICE. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, push in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.